At this video, let's take a look.
This screencast will show you how to embed a photo into a Canvas discussion forum. A lot of times when you're posting in a forum, you want other people to be able to see the image that you included as they scroll down and as they're looking at your post, rather than having it show up as a link or a file download. And sometimes this might even be a requirement of the assignment itself. So I'm going to show you really quickly how to do that on Canvas. I'm using, for an example, this discussion assignment where students are supposed to include information about themselves and then embed a photo of themselves. So your screen is actually going to look different as a student. You don't have this section. This is what I usually use to embed anything. But there are a couple of things that you need to know. First of all is how to do the embedding. So if you click Embed Image, you're going to see there are three options. There's a URL, so you can link to a website, Canvas, and Flickr. I recommend doing the Canvas option simply because it will allow you to make sure that it's actually going to show up. Now you see when I click on Canvas, there's something called Course Files and My Files. And if you had something in that, wouldn't that be great? Okay, so I have some things.
So I'm going to pause this for a moment. So up to this point, everything is pretty current. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. When you get to your files on Canvas, the best is whatever you want to embed in any of the discussion forums is to put it in one of these files that you have under. What you need to do is click on the account, and then under the account, you can go to your files. This is where you organize your files on Canvas. So you can create a folder and put all the pictures in there. So if I were going to embed something into any of the discussion forum, like here, if I were going to click on reply and then click on this under this picture, as like I was saying, course images is where we want to look at, and then you can look at all, so it can show you all the folders. So now if I go and bring up any of, doesn't matter which one. So let's go down, for instance, I'll call this picture that I had previously in my folders right there. So if I click on post, this picture would get embedded into this portion. You said this was a little different. I just opened the video. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. What part of it was different to you?
Mine was actually, I can share my screen. I can show you how I did it, but it looks similar, just like yours. That's exactly how I did it, just like how you did it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. That's fine. So I'm just going to go cancel it here because I don't want to put that picture in here. But basically, you just have to put the picture that you take with your phone, perhaps email it to yourself, put it somehow put it on
your file,
your files, yeah. And then when you're ready to post it, just go then call that picture from the file and get it right embedded into that page.
Professor, I had the same problem about the embedding, but then I think depends on the machine or the computer you're using. Mm-hmm. I couldn't also embed from the file. I actually embedded from my computer files actually.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Do you have anything in your file? Any picture? Did you put any picture in your file, by the way?
I did.
And then you cannot call them into any discussion right now?
No, I cannot.
But let me go and stop my sharing, and I'd like to see what are you referring to. Can you share your screen again so I can see how you won't be able to do that? All right, so we're looking at the screen page. So go ahead and click on account first. You can put your picture in there, by the way, eventually. But go ahead and click on files. Let me see what you have on the files. Okay. So you have some images on the file. I suggest you organize it by folder, probably would be easier. You can create a folder and then put and when you say images, it's best to kind of rename them to something you know what it is. Organize it better, because once you get a lot of files, it becomes pretty hard to detect what is what. You know what I mean? You can organize. You can make a make a folder, put Math 130, for instance. type for let's say all the you may want to change the A to not capital if you want. Yeah, call it Math 130. So all the files that related to this course, we can move it there. That's good. Put a check mark next to X so you can accept that. There we go. All right. So maybe you want to put one of the images that you just move it there. I believe you can just put yeah, anything that you did for this course, you can put it, and then later you can actually rename these images. Instead of calling image number or whatever, you can actually say if it's a first page of the practice test or practice test number 1, page 2, something like that. But that's good enough. Go ahead and click on Math 130 folder now. You can do the organization later. As you can see, these are the files that you have under that. So let's go to the discussions now. You need to go all the way back, top left. Just go and click on arrow to the back to go to the previous page sometimes. One more time. There we go. Go ahead and click on discussions, please. All right, so general question. Let's put something under the general question. So go ahead and click on reply now. Okay, and then click on that picture frame, arrow down. There we go. So now you can click on images. Under the images, you see there's an arrow. Click on that arrow down, please.
This one?
You can, yeah. You can click on all at the right at the bottom. Now you can access those folders. Go ahead and click on my files.
I got you.
Okay, now you can look at Math 130, for instance, the one that we just created it. You see how you can take any of those images, right?
Right.
So that's how you would locate those files. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. Thank you, Professor.
Mm-hmm.